Hello everyone, Zeospantera, the host of Z Reviews and In Ear Fetish and all those other things. And I would love to thank my sponsor, BioBidet, although it's kind of a sponsorship. Anyway, click the link in the description. Go, check out, get your ass cleaned by something warm and Korean today while it's on sale in the month of February. Anyway, these are the Fostex TH-616s. And they're a wooden open back. And they're $900. Are you still here? Great. The 610s were kind of a disappointment. Who remembers the 610s? I do. Who remembers the 909s? Oh, I do, because they're on my wall. So there's this like hierarchy of Fostex, where they have their lower end stuff, like the 400 Purple Hearts and things like that, where like the drop collabs, and then they have the not unreachable. I will say that at least their 900s and 909s are all under $2,000. But that's still about, over 1,000, under 2,000. These sitting at 900, which is under 1,000, for those who can't do math, sort of sit in this weird middle spot where I don't know who they're going for. Obviously for the people who aren't going to go all the way up, but also people who have more discerning taste than the ones at the bottom. So I'm gonna make some complaints. We'll get those out of the way. Number one, the wire it comes with, because this is a $900 headphone. It comes with a 12-foot, quarter-inch cable with the really, really, really long splits and these proprietary connectors at Fostex. Please give up. All right? No one wants these proprietary Fostex connectors on their headphones. 3.5 millimeters, pretty universal. I have a million cables I could change out to, which I did immediately, because I just don't want to be dealing with essentially a vacuum cleaner cord to run my headphones 4 feet. So I have this one made by Viking Weave out in London, which is an infinite split. So the split actually happens here, and I asked him if he can make them work with Heart audio connectors, so all my Heart adapters are on these amps, and we could do it with that. The build is standard Fostex. I can look at my 909s, I can look at these, and they have the same exact headband, with the same exact cushioning, and the same exact pads, which none of it's bad. Like none of the build is bad. It's just the same for like a decade. It's like Bear Dynamic, like get something new, get something exciting, get a head strap with a comfort strap. They're just happy with this, and they're Japanese, and don't change it if it ain't broken. It's really, like, you can feel the precision on that. What they do change is the cups and the drivers. That's all they change. That's all Fostex does. They show up and they have empty frames, and they're like, how about this cup? How about this cup? How about this cup? How about this driver, this driver, this driver? And they came out with this, and it's my job, because it literally is my job, to tell you what the fuck is going on. There's two headphones here. There's a very serious, very focused studio monitor, not far off reminiscent from the 1990s that Bear Dynamic makes. Remember when I did the review of those? There's that headphone, and that headphone exists on anything mildly neutral amplification-wise. VMVP2, I've got the Atom Amp 2 down here because I said it's the best amplifier headphone. It's all you need, $130. And I got the Class A Rebel amp to give me a little bit of soul. And then after listening and listening and listening and listening and listening and listening and listening on portables and everything else, Tube TA26. Your choice is either you're going to have a headphone that you can mix and master and hear every little nuance of the music and be annoyed that you're listening to a 256 MP3 instead of a joint stereo 320 or a FLAC. The music is very forward. The treble is only an issue if you're playing too loudly, and only on certain tracks. I had, DMS had this exact same pair before me, and I know his complaint, not because I watch his videos. I never watch anyone's videos, by the way, but I know his complaint was, oh, there's a treble murder. And I'm like, I know I'm a little bit older than him, but my ears can still tell me if something is treble murder. See Grado 325Is. And these are not that. What these are very excited to show you the detail of your music. They're super excited. They're enthusiastic. And they're just like, hey, 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 hey. Listen to this pop and click. as it's playing some vinyl rip of yours. And on solid state, that could be tiring or something you don't want to listen to all the time, every time. However, you take the leap from anything solid state to a tube. And the TH-616 isn't exactly like a high-end tube. I have the WA7 Fireflies I could try out. But it doesn't matter. As long as you get it off of a solid state, you then lose that ability to be like very focused and very... I'm trying to think of... You have to change your state of mind. If you want to hear every little detail about your music and you want it to be fed to you on a very clean Japanese palette, great, solid state. If you like my mouse pad and you want a little bit of Vice City, a little bit of Sonny and Tubbs, Sonny Crockett and Tubbs. It was Sonny Crockett and Tubbs. You want to drive around in a top-down Ferrari in Miami with the neon lights and the club music, you get a fucking tube amp. Because that's what it does to these. And that's the reason why the 280 Pros are on the desk. There's been a couple headphones that have been... It's a studio monitor. It's literally a monitoring headphone. You got this. You got the Neumann NDH-20s. You've got HD-600s, which are very, very neutral headphones. Right up to the moment, you plug them into a tube amp, and all of a sudden they change. It's like Mr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, or Dr. Hyde and Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know. But you plug it into a tube. This headphone would get an okay review from me on a solid state. I understand where it's aiming for. I understand what it's capable of. I wouldn't give it the anime girl holding the box of chocolates in a heart unless tube amps existed. That's where it's that is it. That is the unlock key for these. Because once you do that, you gain soundstage. You have very little soundstage by default. Again, they sound like studio monitors. They're right here. All the sounds are here. They're just trying to tell you what's going on in the music, and you got to get them a little drunk. You got to take that professional Japanese businessman, and you got to be like, come out drinking with us. Come out. And then you got to get him so drunk that he falls into a tube shop and buys a tube amp. Because that's when they get fun. That's when you can go from like 1 hour of very, very precise listening to 5 hours of just, man, wait, where's that fucking song from my, oh, I love this song. Yeah. That's when these become the embodiment of just fucking a drunk salaryman wandering through Japan. Just everything's great. You're still wearing the suit, but man, you are singing along to all the music you love. Yeah, this is my second take on this review, because the first take was just, a lot of times I find the thing mid-review, which is just like, that's a miracle, you get to see it on camera. But once I found the thing, I'm like, wait, stop, go back. We know how these work now. It's, because I was trying to be like, well, they're kind of good. It's all about the tube amp. It's all about being able to listen to them for hours on end. With all of your favorite music, because you just want to hear it. You want to hear, it takes that detail retrieval, calms it the fuck down by 15%, makes the bass less tight, because the bass is like a kick drum. It's like so precise. You got to loosen it up, man. You got to loosen it up. We're here about music on Z Reviews. Yeah, there's obviously equipment involved, but depending on what your state of mind is, you're either going to want to buy 616s or not. And the best part is, even if you are that uptight musical asshole, band name, by the way, you can get these, be fucking uptight about it. Here, I'll do that. This is very clean. I am enjoying the music thoroughly. I am very proud to be wearing a Japanese set of headphones that is made of wood. I am now listening to the Mushoku Tensei soundtrack. 10-Year-Old Feast. Do not take that title wrong. And now I'm enjoying fucking music. It's wild. And they're only 25 ohm, which was the same thing that 280 Pros did. They're low impedance, and yet they completely open up and change as soon as you tube amp them. They go from a studio monitor, very, very focused. Like, here's your music. Here's what's bad about it. You know, this is well recorded. You can tell your music is good or bad on these headphones by default. You plug them into a tube and it doesn't fucking matter. Everything sounds great. So that's the key. That is the secret sauce of the 616s, is abandon solid state as soon as you want to let your hair down. But if, let's say, you're in the music profession, or you're looking to become someone who mixes, masters your own music, you're running a college DJ station, which if you have money for these, you have money. You can get these and be the very serious dark wood, you know, I'm sipping on my glass of, I don't know, is that a burgundy? That's a burgundy. You have a burgundy couch, you're drinking bourbon on a burgundy couch, and you got your dark wood, and you're just moping around, and you're like, yes, my music is very bad. I hate everything I'm listening to. And then, you know, you take them up, you walk into the bedroom, it's nothing but fucking flowers, neon lights, and a beer and a fucking Bud Light sign. You plug into a tube amp, and you actually enjoy your music. So, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, which one do you want? You get both. The only thing I wish, the real change I'd make to these, because I like that perspective, where I can tell you, two people can come to me. I fucking like, man, I love my tubes, man. I saw Hendrix when he was alive, and I just want to buy these, put them in your tube, you'll be fine. And you're like, yes, I am German, and I do very good mastering of music for the techno groups. And like, oh, 616s, plug them right into your mixing console, and you'll be absolutely set to mix and master. Both of those work. What doesn't work is this wire. At least offer a 4.4 or even the full. I know it's going to take them forever, and 4.4 is kind of new in that it is like 8 years old now. But the quarter inch is dead. I'd rather have a quarter inch than a 3.5, but for a $900 headphone, at least offer the option to click the button and be like, well, I want the 4.4 version or the XLR version in a 6-foot length and not a 12-foot length. So accessories is where this really fails. The box doesn't have a carry case. Like, you get it, and that's it. You get this giant box, and in there is this and that, and that's basically it. So it really isn't giving you what feels like a $900 headphone, but it is. So if you're going to buy these, I'd put aside $100, $200, whatever you want to spend on a wire. You can get a pretty generic one, but Fostex wire fucking ends. Fuck you. I just go to 3.5 millimeter. I could probably make an entire business model where I just take everyone's Fostex and put 3.5s in there, because you could use this thing and just gut that out with a drill, and it'd be perfect. Anyway, I think I've said what I need to say about these. I need to do the sound demo because I do need to go to the next reviewer. We'll see what he says or she says. I don't know, whatever. You find me a female headphone reviewer, I'll subscribe. There's not much love for headphones. Speakers I've seen. Headphones not so much. But yeah, and I would love to see these in like a little bit more exciting a color. Even just lighter, even just a lighter color palette or a different, I mean, I don't know how much they're depending on this wood particularly to tune the sound, but just something a little bit more exciting than this would be nice. If these were my pair and I was keeping them, I'd probably get in here and sand this down and change the color of this, or just try to lighten it up. It's so fucking serious. It's so super serious. And just, you gotta Animal House it sometimes. You gotta bash that guitar against the wall. Anyway, I'm done. Wallpaper Horde. Links to these in the description. Links to what I want them to sound like mousepad in the description, which is what tube. This is the tube feels versus the very straight, narrow tube. Patreon, subscribe so support this channel. See reviews early. Participate in yard sales. 1st to the 10th of every month I sell things. This is going to another reviewer, so these are not for sale. But also see sound demos, or see and hear sound demos, hear old sound demos, see new sound demos, only to patrons and subscribers. If you're looking for my IM reviews, they're on the In-Ear Fetish channel, which if you're looking for more than the ones that are available, there are also pre-release ones available on Patreon and Subscribestar for free. Videos on this channel, paywall. Videos from the IM channel, for free, because I'm going to probably end up with like 50 of them hidden back there as I schedule so many to do. $10 a month, by the way, gives you access to the behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you can ask me questions directly and get into a lifetime swap meet channel to buy, sell, and trade gear. These, by the way, the Mon Super Minis, which are currently hooked up to this. In case I needed to demo the music I'm playing. That's why they're there. Anyway, I'm done. You're done. We're done. Thank you for supporting this channel for all these years. Let's keep it going. Everyone else is quitting YouTube, and I'm just like, well, you know what your problem was? You put in way too much effort for too long. I'm just going to be lazy about it and sit in my basement looking at waifus.